Have you ever heard of GoProChicken?
No.
Hey guys, a continuation from my last video, my pre-hurricane video. I'll get to the hurricane in a minute. First off, the bike, one of the last things I was talking about in the last video was I thought maybe my bike had a leaky gasket and that the oil was low. Well, I thought this was, the looking glass was dark. Apparently I'm completely full of oil, but for some reason it looked like at the bottom I could see a line. It looked like the oil was low to me, and I kind of assumed that because I saw some they wiped it off, but there was like oil residue all around this piece here, and the mechanic here said that sometimes these bolts will loosen up a little bit and it'll leak oil from this wire coming out of the crankcase. But apparently I'm all good. So look at the bike real quick. I know people like to see the bike, so I'll show you the bike. It's a little dirty right now from all the wind blowing sand and dust all over it. So let's get on the road, shall we? Sport mode. I got a little bored with street mode, honestly. Sure, it's got plenty of power, but sport mode's just slightly more exciting on this beast than the guy and I have the same exact jacket. Sport mode is slightly more exciting. Beach Boulevard Motorsports. So I'm bringing the bike back in early tomorrow morning for them to go over the bike, do an inspection of all the nuts and bolts and whatnot. I'm planning a trip to Orlando this weekend with Rick Viper Motor to the AIM Expo, the big motorcycle show in Orlando. AIM Expo. Shade Tree Surgeon's going to be there with, I believe, Suburban Delinquent and probably a bunch of other people. It's a really big time motorcycle show. I mean, I've got 3,800 miles on the bike now, so just for peace of mind, I'm gonna have them go, because you know it's a big 1301cc twin cylinder motorcycle. It vibrates quite a bit, you know, and over time it can loosen up some bolts. So I'm gonna have them go over it just for peace of mind. Regular 209.9. Hard to complain about that, being that only, a couple years ago it was almost $4 a gallon, around $4 a gallon. So we're all a little bit relieved in the wallet with the gas prices currently here in the States. But on to the hurricane, okay? Hurricane Matthew was directly off of Jacksonville's coast Friday afternoon, Friday evening. And I don't know, I'll try to make it short, but we were pleasantly surprised that the wind wasn't as bad as everybody on the news and whatnot was expecting. They had gauges set up around the city for the wind, and I heard on the radio that the highest wind gust only got up between 75 and 83 miles per hour in the Jacksonville area. That's not sustained wind, that's just wind gust. So we got really lucky, but the concern then turned to the storm surge, being that we're on the ocean, Jacksonville Beach where I live. They were saying that the storm surge was going to be really bad, and even that turned out not to be as bad as like what they were saying, but we still sustained a little bit of damage and quite a bit of cleanup. I've been seeing videos and photos from around town, quite a few down trees, big and small, some power lines down, people without power. I believe today is Tuesday, and the storm hit Friday. I believe there's still a few areas in town without power right now, but they're supposed to have it all done today. We had, fortunately, where my house is, we're slightly, maybe just a couple feet higher up. What would you call that? height above sea level. We're a couple feet higher above sea level than other parts of Jacksonville Beach. So just a block away from my house, heading north, it was flooded substantially more than it was at my house. But we lost a few shingles off the roof. Piece of my small piece of my rear fence fell off, and we just had a bunch of like palm fronds and debris in the yard that we had to pick up. But we were very relieved. I guess that's basically it. I mean, if there's plenty of pictures and videos online about the storm, if you Google it, like it seemed like all the videos and photos I saw indicated that we got it pretty easy compared to a lot of places. Like everywhere else seemed to get hit harder than we did for some reason. Like Flagler Beach, about 40 miles south of here, part of the road washed away on A1A, on the highway, on the road that goes along the coast. And but all in all, not too bad. A little it's been a long time since we've had to prepare for a hurricane, so a good little test run, I guess. I mean, if we did get a direct hit, I'm thinking it could get pretty bad. You know, 75 mile per hour wind gust is nothing compared to 110, 120 mile per hour sustained wind. So all you people out there, you know, if you got hit by the hurricane or whatever, you know, just stay strong, you know, fix and rebuild, move on, fix it and move on, you know. If I were in your area, I'd be glad to help out with some cleanup or whatever you might need, of course. But yeah, guys, that'll conclude the video. Thanks for watching, and peace.
I'll be back.